Hey guys, welcome to the Emergence podcast, a podcast that aims to empower fitness professionals through candid conversations about building sustainable minds, bodies, and businesses. I'm your host, Laura Gunder, ex professional ballet dancer turned classical Pilates instructor based in New York City, sharing my insights from a decades long journey navigating an industry with no set path to success. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey guys, it's Laura. Happy Friday. It's Friday, August 29th. The summer is flying by. I hope you guys are going to have a nice last Labor Day weekend, hopefully getting some rest in and a little bit or a lot of fun. Last week, on Emergence, we had Sara Talbert, who is such an amazing, inspirational light and energy. I really enjoyed speaking to her. She had such insightful things to say, as well as such an amazing kind of outlook not only on Pilates, but on life. And I really appreciated her honesty in balancing kind of what it takes to sustain a successful Pilates business and to be a successful teacher, along with kind of the realities of just being human and also being able to share that wisdom not only with the guests on Emergence, but also with her own clients and studio. Some of my main takeaways from our conversation were the fact that she was kind of one of the things she told us, me or us, is that she kind of wished she had started sooner and that sometimes you just need to start and take that leap of faith and believe in yourself if this is something that you really want to go for. I have spoken to some teachers who are on the fence about going full time as a teacher. And as I've spoken about many times, I am all for taking calculated risks. And like in this podcast, Sarah was saying, start small. So be honest about your numbers. Start with a reformer or a chair or renting studio space, getting in contact with a studio owner, thinking about renting space, mentoring under them. And if you are in a good financial position and you have run your numbers, and the only thing holding you back is just the fear of succeeding, I think that you need to take that leap of faith in yourself. And what's beautiful also, if you have a corporate position or job, that you can always go back to that and that's always there for you. And that's kind of such a gift. I wish I had that, which is probably one of the reasons why yeah, sometimes I push so hard is because I don't have that kind of thing to fall back on, which is super incredible. And if you do have that, it's not for nothing. Anything we do is never not for anything. All our skills are transferable. For me, I worked in restaurants before college and in college, and let me tell you, those skills are incredibly transferable. Learning how to speak to people, how to talk to different kinds of people, deal with very stressful situations, deal with stressful clients, and work under extreme amounts of pressure, which are all transferable in running your own business. You could say the same thing for working in a corporate environment, right? You're getting back to people through email chains. You have to work on teams. You have to manage different kinds of personalities and people, scheduling, being there on time, having deadlines. And these are all things that are super transferable to working as a fitness instructor, not just in Pilates. Another thing that she was really inspirational about is kind of how she protects her energy and how she is clearly a super passionate and very driven woman, but she also gives herself the compassion and the ability to know when she needs to slow down and make time for herself outside of Pilates and do things that light her up outside of the studio. So when she does go back into the studio, she has that energy and life and curiosity, not only for herself and her practice, but also for her clients. This weekend, actually, speaking about that, a good friend of mine actually visited me. We met during COVID. She's a Pilates instructor as well. And she was staying with me. And we were kind of talking about the challenges of running your own business. She has her own Pilates studio. And we were saying that sometimes it can be kind of a lonely kind of pursuit. And there's a lot of noise out there and how you should be running your business, comparing yourself to other teachers, other trainers. And we were talking about how we kind of both felt like we never really fit in. Or I was saying to her that I've always felt kind of different. Like I don't necessarily feel like I've ever really fit into like your standard, what you would note like a Pilates instructor energy is in terms of like personality type. And she was kind of saying the same thing. And something that I really loved about Sarah is that she was super authentic to herself and really kind of just looked at it in terms of when you open a business and when you're kind of becoming a teacher, that there are obviously things that we all need to have under our belt, which is our certifications, continuing education. But I really loved how she brought a lot of herself into the conversation, and she brings a lot of herself into her online presence. And she has this very confident energy about her, and how she kind of really trusted her instincts and herself to create an online presence. And she is very authentic. That kind of made me think about the conversation I had with my friend staying with me about how sometimes I know that I compare myself to other girls online who look amazing, like they are shredded and they have like such this like bubbly, happy personality, and that's amazing. And I look up to that, and I wish I could be that, but that's not me whatsoever. I am a little more sarcastic, a little more hardcore, a little more, I don't know, weird, I guess you could say. And as I've gotten older, I've kind of leaned more into it and have kind of built a little more confidence in myself as not only an instructor, but a person. And I've seen the benefit of putting in that work to sort of grow that confidence in who I am as a person and taking that into the Pilates studio. I can see a change in how I connect with my clients, and I can see the clients that I'm starting to attract and clients that I'm starting to lose. But the clients that have kind of come and gone, the clients who stick with me, I'll kind of align with the kind of person I am, the kind of sessions I give. And the people who fall off, they fall off. And honestly, I look at it now because I'm in a different position, but is where I'm like, I'm really grateful that they spent X amount of years with me, but they were kind of draining my energy. And I feel like I couldn't, if I really look at it, I wasn't able to kind of give them what they needed, and nor were they really able to give me what I needed. And Sarah also talked about that, where she was at a certain point in her career where she can kind of be a little more picky and choose her clients. And there's a point in your teaching career that you'll get there, and your energy is precious, and the more and the longer you do this career, the more you kind of realize that that synergy and energy exchange within the studio is really important, not only for your energy and sustained interest in the work that you're doing, but also for the client's benefit. So, if you're kind of at that stage of your teaching career where maybe some people are falling off, or you have a wait list and you can fill spots, like I recommend, like she was saying, that a great way to deal with the situation is to raise your prices and obviously stay honest within what the market rate is in your area. What is the baseline? Really think about what you're worth in terms of your certifications, how long you've been teaching, how much you actually need to make a living. I wouldn't go completely insane, but value yourself and put that number on yourself and put that price on yourself. And then the clients who really value what you do and what you give will pay that rate. And not only will that show in how they show up, but that will show in how you show up. Because I think if you're giving discounts or you're teaching people who don't really appreciate you, it's draining your energy. And monetarily, if they're not paying what you believe you're worth, that's actually gonna be come out involuntarily or not. So that is also something I've been thinking about is know your worth, know your rate, do your research, understand the clientele you have, what the general market is in your region, and price yourself at a rate that is obviously fair within your certifications and also within the area you're living in. And that will save you so much time and energy. And maybe you won't have to run around like a crazy person just trying to teach all these people and give all this energy away. And then ultimately burnout, which has happened to me multiple times at the beginning of my career. And actually, this year, I'm really trying to implement my own advice in standing strong in my value and trusting that the clients who value that will stay. And clients go, that's okay. Other people will come. And I think that's something that Sarah really kind of embodied too, is this kind of self-trust and knowing. And she was even saying that if you know that you're a good teacher and you're putting energy and time into continuing your education, working to be better, you're going to be a good teacher and the clients will find you. And there is this level of self trust that you're going to have, like in any entrepreneur or endeavor, right? It's like you have to have a level of self trust and knowing and grit and the ability not to give up on yourself when you know that you're worth a certain amount of your time. Your time is worth a certain amount of money. And it's not even the money is just a component of it. That's for survival. But I think it goes deeper than that. And it's really realizing your worth. And that's going to come out in how you show up daily. If you're working for less than you deserve and you're just grinding and grinding hours, that's going to wear and tear on your body. But when you're getting paid what you're worth, you can show up in a light where you're able to better take care of yourself because maybe you have a couple more free hours during the week because you don't have to teach 3 extra clients. And that's going to show directly in how much energy and brain power you have to give to your clients. So it's not selfish to advocate for yourself, for your rate, and to take care of yourself. And as we kind of end the summer and go into September, I know a lot of us are going to get busy. And I just want to say that um, I'm also bracing for the fall, but believe in yourself and continue to have that positive energy and to do the work and to put in the work in being a better instructor or teacher. Reach out to your community and really think about what is your worth inside the studio and outside of the studio. And maybe there is some gaps where you think that you could maybe upskill personally and also, technically within your craft. But if you're able to work towards filling those gaps and bring an energy and set of skills and knowledge to your clients, then I think that you guys are all on the right path. And I'm saying this to myself too, because like I'm in the same boat as you guys, but I can see the difference in feeling and my ability to live happier and a healthier life when I am charging the rates that I'm worth. And then it also puts not pressure, but it keeps me accountable for showing up in the studio and giving clients a session that's worthy of that rate they're paying. And it's sort of a two-way kind of balancing act. So that's all I have for this week. Happy almost September. I hope you guys are having an amazing long weekend and that I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.